So this week's reader's question is from Grace. Okay?
Yes.
Now, what does Grace want to know?
Grace has asked, how did you create the bedding guide?
Oh, can I have an easier one? That's too hard.
No, this is interesting. I really like this
but
one.
It's not going to, I can't do it in 4 minutes. Okay. No, okay, I'll try.
Go on. I think you can.
So I'm not, I didn't create the bedding guide. The bedding guide just happened.
Evolved.
So I can't really say, I can talk about the bedding guide, Grace. So Grace, you know, so Zoe, who's told me what Grace has asked. So I can talk about it, but not how I do it. So it didn't just develop. So I think it's an interesting fact with the bedding guide was, I had these babies who slept. I always have blankets on the babies. Oh, let's go back. Let's go back. Why do my babies have blankets? Every time I went to someone's house and babysat when I was in the UK studying, after school I moved to the UK to study. Every time I went babysat or I nannied or I actually lived in someone's house and minded their kid when they did night shift, and that's how I got free board. I was always thrifty, you know? And every time I was at babysitting or whatever, the baby slept. And then I realised, because I used bedding, I'd run around the house and look for bedding. So I used to live in Ealing in London, and Ealing had a big, I don't want to call it the wrong thing, but what did we come up with? I was telling you about it before, and I asked you what you'd call
a mental health facility.
Mental health facility. So we were in Ealing, and there was a mental health facility, and one of the nurses there, Marie-Therese, MT, she told me how she had discovered that if she got hot blankets from the heated blankets, I think somewhere, I don't know where she heated them.
In the dryer, surely.
Yeah, no, like a microwave. She did something stupid, but I didn't want to say what she did because don't copy it.
Sure.
Okay? Something stupid, like it was way back.
Yeah.
Way back.
Yeah.
Hospitals didn't have dryers in those days. I'm old, so you're young, I'm old. Anyway, when she put hot blankets on her male patients, they stayed in bed and slept. So she'd put like 8 or 9 hot blankets on them and they'd sleep. And when she put no blankets, like only one blanket on them, they got up and walked around the ward and she was very scared of them. She was nervous. So the hot blankets gave her security.
Okay.
Because if she put hot blankets on them, they slept. So then it came to babies and I thought, well, so if we put blankets on the baby, I was scared of my babies because I wanted to sleep. So when I was babysitting, I'd want to, you know, watch telly or sleep. And so I'd put blankets on the babies like she told me and they slept. So then what happened was I had blankets on Killian and he was about 5 months old and we decided to stay the night in Melbourne at the airport and we had a travel cot and we decided to stay the night. And we had him in the travel cot, and I had like 12 blankets on him in the travel cot because you use less blankets in the travel cot.
Yes.
The bedding guide, by the way, is the world famous bedding guide. It will be able to be downloaded in the notes of every podcast, right? So
vital guide.
In a travel cot, you use less blankets. I had 12 blankets on him in the travel cot. The room was 20 degrees, okay? We went to Ireland. We got there. He was in the same travel cot, the same sleeping bag, the same baby, in Ireland, in the same travel cot.
You didn't say how he slept in Melbourne.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
He slept all night. He didn't sweat.
Okay.
Really perfect.
Yep.
Yeah. Although he didn't sleep all night. I think we got up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go across to the airport. But you know, he slept. Yeah. Okay. In Ireland, he sweated.
Okay.
You put the blankets on him, and he's like dripping with sweat. And I'm going. Anyway, I took the blankets off. 20 degrees in Ireland. Same travel cot. Same baby, same temperature. He sweated. I took the blankets off. In Ireland, 20 degrees, 6 blankets.
Okay.
In Australia, 20 degrees, 12 blankets. Oh, like my mathematical scientific brain. How come? So then I realised it was all to do with humidity.
Makes sense.
So in the bedding guide, you've got all the different sections with all the different humidities, right? And then I got help from science people. I want to say, I always call them the wrong name. Well, I always want to call them CRSO or CRSO. And I say things wrong and then people correct me. So the science people, okay? And they did experiments for me. And that's how we came up with the bedding guide.
Okay.
So is that enough for Grace? Does that interest you?
I think that...
Has that answered Grace's question? You're not Grace.
Absolutely.
So Grace, let us know.
Please do. Yeah. Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.